Hello world, this is Siraj. Welcome to this channel. This is the next video in the playlist of Moodle LMS training for teachers. We discussed how we can add an assignment in the last video. In this video, I am going to demonstrate how we can import MCQ question. So let's get started. I'm going to open the web browser. Here I already logged in and I'm going to import the questions to this particular course, Information and Communication Technology. So we click here to open the course page. Now we are in the course page of Information and Communication Technology. Now I'm going to click on this gear icon, actions menu, and we click on the last command, more. And once you click the more, you will get the course administration page. Here we have course administration and users. And in this course administration, will come down and you can see question bank. In this question bank, we have 4 commands: question, categories, import, and export. Here we click the first one, question, then we can see the question bank. Here we have no questions yet, and we are going to add. Here we have the button create a new question. Here we can click this button. We can add question one by one. It times consuming process. So that's what we are importing question from our list of question. So we'll go back to the course administration page and we'll go to the second command. The second command is categories. Here we can add categories. Why we want to add categories? If you have course, that course may have some chapters or different areas. So if we have a different chapters and different areas, it's better to create the questions based on the chapters or based on the area. So we can have some categories of questions rather than having a bulk questions or a set of questions under one category. We can create some sectors and we can maintain different set of questions. Then we can conduct MCQ quiz in a activities. Then we can choose the question from different pools or different basket. So here I'm going to click on these categories to create the categories, and here we have the edit category. Here we want to add the category. Here we have the parent category. Parent category is our major course, ISM 11013 ICT. Under this parent category, we are going to create child categories. The first one I'm going to create here, Windows 10. So Windows 10. So I'm going to have some questions under this Windows 10. For example, if I want to conduct a quiz only from this Windows 10 area, I can choose question only from this Windows 10. So it's better to create the categories in the question bank. Here, if you wish, you can give the category info and ID number. I don't want to give. I'm going to click on this add category to create this category. Now here you can see Windows 10 and here you can see 0. It means there is no questions here. And here you can see the bin icon. If you want to delete this category, you can click here to delete. And here we have the gear icon. Here we can click on this to edit the categories. That's fine. Now I'm going to create one more category. I'm going to type Word 2019. That's fine. Then category info and ID number, if you want, you can give. I'm going to click on this add category to create the next category. Here you can see MS Word 2019 is created and there is no question and bin icon and gear icon. So now we have created these two categories. Now let's see how we can import question to these two categories. Okay. Now here we are in the categories tab and you can see other tabs as well. Questions, if you want to add questions, we can go to this tab, and if you want to import question, you have to click this tab. Otherwise, you can go to the course administration page and you can click the import as well. Now let's see, here we have import question from file. Here you can see the file format, and these are the file format that we can import. Now let's see the first format, icon format. Icon format is good to import MCQ questions. So we will import the questions using this icon format. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to minimize this web browser and I'm going to open the folder. Here I have the lecture 6 folder. Here I have two Word file, MS Word 2019 MCQ file and Windows 10 MCQ file. Here I'm going to open this Windows 10 MCQ file to see the questions in this file. Here we have the questions. If we want to import questions using icon format, we have to have the questions and choices in this format. The first one is question. For the questions, you should not have the question number or question ID. Then you can have the question, and the question should be in one line. Okay, so that is very important. You don't need to separate the question. So you have to have the question in single line. Then after the question, here we can see the choices. The first one, A, the first choice, B, second choice, C, third choice, and D, fourth choice. So after completing these choices, we can give the right answers. To give the right answers, we can type answer and colon, then we can give the right answers. Then the right answer for this particular question is B, so I gave B. Like that, we can have the questions. The second question in one line, then the choices A, B, C, D, then the next line answer A. Then the third question, here we can have the question, then the choices and the answers. Here you can see the asterisk mark. I put this asterisk mark purposely. Why it is? When you are going to import the question, this particular question will be imported to the question bank, and when you are going to conduct the MCQ test, this choices will be shuffled. This choices will be shuffled. So if this particular choices are going to be shuffled, sometimes this B and C will be in first choice. So there will be some contradiction. To avoid these contradictions, we can edit the questions, we can turn off the shuffle. So that's what I put this asterisk mark, so I can find these questions easily, then I can edit one by one. Here you have to remind the first line we have the question, second line the first choice, third line second choice, fourth line third choice, fifth line fourth choice, and the last line we have the right answer. So you have to have all these in a series of formats. Here also you can see the asterisk. I purposely put this asterisk. Why it is? Here we have all of these answers. Then I want to change this settings manually to turn off the shuffle choices. That's fine. Now like that we can have the question, list of question. Then the next step is we have to press Control A. We have to press Control A. Then we can copy all of these questions. Then I'm going to minimize this file. Then I'm going to go back to this folder. I'm going to right click and new, and I'm going to create a text document, notepad file. And here we will give a file name Windows 10. That's fine. Then we will hit the enter key. Then I'm going to hit the enter key again to open the file, and let's press Control V. That's fine. Now here we have the list of questions that we are going to import. Then we can go to this file and we can save this. That's fine. Now here we have the questions in the text file. So we have to have the text file to import the questions. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to this web browser. Then here we have the import question from file. So here we have the file format. I'm going to select this file format, icon format. Then the second one is general settings. Here we have import category. Here we can decide in which category you are going to import the question. So here you can see the categories that we have created earlier. Then I'm going to select this Windows 10. So all the import questions will be transferred to this Windows 10 category. You don't need to do any changes here. Then we'll go to the next group of settings. Here we have import question from file. So here we can drag and drop our text file. I'm going to press Alt tab to call back this folder. I'm going to press this restore down, and we will keep this folder aside, and we will drag and drop this text file Windows 10. I'm going to drag and drop. That's fine. Now after completing that, I'm going to click on this import button. Now you can see passing question from import file, importing 21 questions from file. Now you can see the list of questions. Okay, then you can press continue to go back to the next setting. Yes, that's fine. Now we can see the question bank and we can see the list of question. Now we can see this asterisk in the first orders. Here we can edit this question. Now let's see how we can edit this question. Here we have the edit button. Then I'm going to click on this edit, and here we have the gear icon, edit question. Okay. Then we will go to the edit section page, and here we have the save in category Windows 10. Altogether we have 21 question, and here we have the question name and question text and default mark, and here we have shuffle the choices. So that is what I put purposely the asterisk mark, so I can easily find the question, then I can edit this one. So here automatically this particular shuffle the choice command will be turned on, and when you are going to conduct the MCQ test, the choices will be shuffled. For example, if you have above all or none of the above answers in the last, so that will be shuffled. Sometimes that may be in A or B, so that will be difficult to the students as well. So we have to turn off this here. So to turn off this one, you can click this here again to turn off this shuffle the choices. Okay, uncheck. And the next one is number the choice. We can select the orders, whether we are going to have A, B, C or 1, 2, 3, something like that. So let's make as it is, and you don't want to do any changes. Here you can see the answers: choice 1, choice 2, control W, choice 3, control F4, and choice 4, B and C only. So there we see the right answers. Then the grade is 100%. Sometimes there may be partial answers, and we can give a grade for that particular partial answers. For example, we can give 70, or sometimes we can give 50. If the total marks for this particular question is 1, then the students can get 0.5, something like that. So I don't want to give here, so let's make as it is none. After completing that, we can come down and you can click on this save changes. Now here you can see is edited. Now I'm going to click again on this edit. I forgot to change one more setting, edit question. Here you can see question name. Here also we have a strict. I'm going to delete here. I'm going to delete here, and we'll go to down and we'll give save changes. Like that I can change one by one. Here we have next question starting with asterisk. We'll click here edit question, and question name. Here we have asterisk. I'm going to delete here and delete this asterisk as well. Now we'll come down and turn off the shuffle the choices. Then we'll click on save changes. Now let's see one more import. I'm going to minimize this web browser and we'll go to this working folder, and I'm going to expand here. Then I'm going to open another Word file, MS Word 2019 MCQ. Here we have the questions in the same way that we have discussed earlier. The first line we have the question, and the next 4 lines we have choices, and the last line we have answers colon and the right answer. Like that we can have it. And if you have any contradiction questions that should not be shuffled in the question page, then we can put the asterisk mark to easily find the questions in the question bank. Then we can edit. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to press Ctrl A to select all of these questions, and I'm going to press Ctrl C to copy. Then I'm going to minimize this and minimize this file as well. Then we'll right click here and click on new and new text document, and I'm going to name it MS Word 2019. Then we hit the enter key. Then if you hit the enter key again, I'm going to press Ctrl B. That's fine. Now we'll go to the file and save, and we close this. Then we will press Alt tab and reach the web browser. Now I'm going to import one more file. To import, we can go to the import tab. Then we will select the file format I can format. Now we'll move to the next group of settings, general. Here we have import category. Here you can see Windows 10. We have 21 questions. I'm going to import these questions in MS Word 2019 category. Okay, that's fine. Now we'll leave as it is other settings. The third one, we have to drag and drop this file. I'm going to press Alt tab and I'm going to click on this restore down to make the folder small, and we'll keep aside here, and I'm going to drag and drop this MS Word 2019 file here. That's fine. After completing that, we can click on this import button. Now you can see the message passing questions from import file, importing 36 questions from file. That's fine. Now you can see all the questions. Then you can click continue to go to the question page. Here you can see question bank. Here you can see MS Word 2019. 36 questions are imported here, and here you can see the list of questions, and here you can see the asterisk mark. What we want to do here, we want to edit this question. Here we'll go to this edit, and here you can see the gear icon, edit question, and you can see the edit question page. Then here we have question name. I'm going to delete this asterisk mark. Then we'll delete this asterisk mark here as well, and we'll go down and we'll find the command shuffle the choices. I'm going to turn off this. Here we have one or multiple answers. If you want to have more than one answer, you can select this one, multiple answers allowed. So I don't want to have these multiple answers, so we will make it as one answers only. Okay. Now we can see all of the above. So like that we can easily find out the questions, contradict questions. And after completing all the settings, we will click on save changes. Now you have the questions in the question bank. If you want to see the questions in Windows 10, you can click this combo and you can click on this Windows 10. Then you can see the questions in Windows 10. Then if you want to see the questions in Word 2019, you can click here. Then you can see the questions in the question bank. So it's very important to create the question categories in the question bank. Sometime if we are going to have a main exam considering all 10 chapters, and we can select the question from each chapters. For example, from chapter 1 we can take 5 questions, chapter 2 we can have 5 questions, like that. From all 10 chapters we can have 50 questions. If not, there may be some contradictions. Sometimes the 50 questions may be from chapter number 5 or chapter number 6. So that will be a non-rational. So that's all I want to discuss in this video. We will discuss how we can conduct a quiz in our next video. Thank you very much guys. We'll meet in the next video.